a lot of discussion about Caitlyn making her pro debut, which took place preseason, albeit preseason.
Okay.
And so Caitlyn came out, had a solid game for a rookie, playing at the professional level for the first time. Then had another game, first game at home. So for the 2 games that she played in, both preseason, she's averaging about 16 points a game.
Okay.
About 16 points a game. The upcoming week is the regular season where the season officially starts. Another quick side note, the home game for the Indiana Fever, 13,000 people showed up. They averaged about 4,000 people last season. So there's already a Caitlyn effect taking place. So a lot of talk, a lot of buzz. It was about $28 million for the Nike deal.
Okay.
So I guess my question to you, Jay, is she going to be able to maintain the hype machine? Is she going to live up to this hype? They're essentially tying the hopes of an entire league. And I want to know, do you think that she's going to be able to do that, to change the opinions of the WNBA and even on a broader scale, women's basketball?
I think right now she's the big thing, right? And everyone's following her because of all the success that she's had, obviously. I think it's a little unfair for all of us to put that kind of pressure on her, just because, as successful as she is, she's still young. Of course, she's talented. But when you're looking towards someone to save the sport, not to save the sport of the WNBA, but obviously it's not as big as the NBA. Now, she's a bright star. And is she going to help? Obviously, like you were saying, the ticket sales are going up. She's, got this big contract, not as a big of a contract as she should have got, because the guys who first come out as a rookie in the NBA, they make way more money, right? How much did she make the first year? I think it was like $76,000 a year or something like that. That's all that she got in her first year, which is like tons of people make way more money than her. Like it's kind of sad for the job that she's doing, that she's going to do for the WNBA. They should have paid her a lot more money. That's a tough question. I think only time will tell. I think she's extremely talented. I think that she's going to do an amazing job. I think she's going to do fine. I don't think she's going to be have like the Jordan effect, right? Or maybe the LeBron effect. But, maybe she will. I don't know. That's a tough question. I think we just had kind of just watch and stuff like that. Listen, I'm rooting for her, but again, only time will tell.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think only, like you said, only time will tell. So is she worth a deal? Almost $30 million from Nike as reported. Is she worth that? I think that plus more. However, I don't know how that manifests, right? Are they going to come out with a Caitlyn shoe? Maybe. Maybe there's one already out and I'm just not in the loop on that. But the idea of, here's where the disconnect for me is the idea that she's going to move the needle for women's basketball, for the WNBA league, to the point that the popularity is that to the place where it equals the men's game. It's not going to happen. I just do not see that.
And that's unfair. It's not unfair to put that on her.
I think it is unfair to put that on her. Listen, put things in perspective, right? Couple of things. The league itself is underwritten by the men's league, right? Good, bad, that's your own opinion. I'm just saying that's where that is. And there were times where it was flatlining.
Right.
It has changed. The popularity has picked up. I think I think the games themselves are better. The talent is better. We had some athletes come out of college, which I think was helpful. So the popularity that some of the women had in the college on their college teams, then moving over to the WNBA, I think certainly helped. So I think it's an amalgamation of multiple things. Then you have the star effect with Caitlyn coming in. So Caitlyn is a part of that wave. She's the bigger wave. She's the biggest wave out of all of them. All helpful, but the idea, the notion that it's going to equal the game, that it's going to go into frontiers that we've never seen before, I'm not there yet. And I think I'm in a good space to be able to say that because I'm the fan that they want to bring over. Like I am a diehard sports fan. I go to games, I watch games, I bet on games. Like, right. I'm the person that they're trying to shift over into getting into the female game. So here's what I would say to that, to the powers that be, is resist the urge to commingle women and men. I don't want to see Sabrina Ionescu and Stephen Curry in the 3-point contest.
You know why? Why? That was cool.
No. So I think what I hope the powers that be resist the urge to do is mixing men and women in this competition together, right? I don't want to see Sabrina Ionescu and Stephen Curry in the 3-point contest. I don't. Here's what I think the challenge with that is. It's difficult to convince fans, right, how great the women's game is if you continue to take the women away, the best of them, and put them over by the men, right? So essentially you're saying to me, or fans, this game over here with women on women isn't that good, right? Because the real game is over here with the men. And so we're going to take one of the best over here and put them with the men. Okay. But then when that's over, you've got them going back. You want us to go back over and keep our interest in the women. To me, listen, I get it. I see what they're trying to do.
Right.
This idea, a woman can do everything a man can do. One, you can't, right? And two, I just think it's like, listen, there's nothing.
Wait, when you say you can't, what do you mean you can't?
You can't do, you cannot, there's no female athlete that's going to consistently be able to play in a men's league. You can't do. The act of it, wait, hold on a second. Let me be clear.
Yes.
The act of it, could a woman do it? Yes. If a man can run, can a woman run? Yes.
Yeah.
Can a woman compete with a man? No.
No, I disagree. What do you mean? Compete with a man in what?
No.
In what?
Track and field? No. Basketball? No. Football? No. Baseball? No.
So let me ask you something. So you don't think there are any women that can beat you in a game of basketball?
No. See, and I knew you were going to go
there. Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm asking. You're just saying no woman can compete with a man.
Hold on. And so this is the trap that people fall into. They take, and this is what I was saying about, say, like a Sabrina Ionescu and Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Steph wins that contest. Let's just say, for argument's sake, Sabrina won. Right? What'd you prove? What did you prove? Nothing to gain. So Sabrina wins, and if she goes back over to the league, you didn't win me as a fan. You didn't do anything.
Yeah, but she would have beat Steph. She would have beat the best shooter in all of basketball. That's what she would have done if she won.
Right, but you didn't accomplish. That's not what you're trying to accomplish. You are.
Well, if she was going against him, that's what she would be if she would have been trying to beat him.
There's this undercurrent, right, narrative that women can do anything that men can do, right? And so I think at any time, it's possible to do a single outlier, but by far and large, women cannot do what men do competing wise physically. There will always be a Billie Jean King beating Bobby Riggs, right? Of course you can choose and find that to happen, but that's not what that's not what the message is. That's not the message you're trying to send. And so to me, it's like, well, then why do you want me to be interested in the women's game if you're over here saying, you know what, the best of the best that the women have to offer isn't good enough. We're so much so that we're going to take the best woman and put her over here with the men. I don't get it, because I'm sitting there watching that and saying, well, if the women are good enough to play with the men, then have a co-ed league and have them all play. But we know that that's not the case. Mm-hmm. So all you're doing is saying, don't watch the women, watch the men. It's weird to me, and it just feels like people don't get it. I feel like I get what they're trying to do, trying to say, oh, well, look, women can do anything a man can do. But that's not to me, that's not the answer. Mm-hmm. The answer is not that women can play ball. It's like women can't compete with men with ball.
Right.
Here's the other part. That's okay. Like what's wrong with that? Like what's wrong with that? Why do people feel that we need to be physically on par? It ain't what God intended. It ain't nature, right? Because it's also at the same time, right, where there are folks that will also challenge those who self-identify, right? Well, why is she now playing with us, right? Now she's winning. So now we have an issue with that, right? But, well, wait a second. All things being equal, right? It's just, I think physically, I think some things are sacred. Just keep the line there. I don't think there's anything to gain by combining men and women playing together in sport.